This is just sad.
This video is brought to you by the Spider Combat Arena. Support the Kickstarter today.
Oh my goodness. So I happen to have been scrolling through my Twitter feed, and I happen to have seen this post. Someone reposted it, and it's gotten a good amount of traction. What this video is of this a black woman, and with the caption saying, this is what white women would look like if they were racist black women. Now, that title, right off the bat, you know something is going to be some tap dancing. Right off the bat, you know it's going to be some buffoonery on display. To say that a racist black woman, here's the thing. When anyone says, oh, black people are racist or anything, can you explain to me how black people as a whole have negatively impacted white people as a whole, as a collective? Can you name me something that black people have done? How has black racism, if that's what you want to say, how has black supremacy negatively impacted your life as a white man or a white woman? That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. And she talks about this, Dr. DeGroy, in her book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. I suggest you check it out. But back to the video, I digress. In this video, she's talking about, right, the premise is racism, right? And she's talking about, in this video, a whole bunch of non-racist things. It's just, it kind of threw me, because I was preparing for some nonsense already, but then I was like, this isn't nonsense, you're just ignorant.
I'm gonna try and only shop white-owned during White History Month. White is king. So today I'm gonna wear my white girl magic shirt. I think I'm gonna start a white student union club at my school. Oh my gosh, you wanna touch my hair? That's so racist. I'm gonna watch the white movie section on Netflix today. White is beautiful. Just my skin color makes me shine.
It was more of confusion than anger, because she brings up, oh, I'm gonna support a white-owned business during White History Month. And I'm like, how is that racist? How is black people supporting black businesses during Black History Month? How is that racist? And then she starts saying other things where it's like a white king. How is saying black king racist? I'm not getting the connection here. Then she talks about, oh, you want to touch my hair? That's racist. And I'm just like, wait, who's just randomly touching people's hair? I don't understand. When is this happening? I'm confused. How would that be racist? Because no one's saying that. So one thing after another, and just it seemed to be just, like I said, a mixture of ignorance with a wanting to please. And that right there led me down a rabbit hole, because I did some digging into this woman. Her name is Kali Fontanilla or whatnot. And I happened to come across this video, and she's in church. It seems to be some type of Korean church or something. And she talks about her upbringing, right? Her past, and her family was poor, and her mother was a janitor at this predominantly white school. And she was always felt like she was less than.
I did not think I was a smart child.
이 똑똑하다 하는 문제를 놓고 보면 제가 어릴 때 저는 똑똑한 아이가 아니었습니다.
I always had low grades.
예, grades?
Low grades, like D's.
그래서
F's.
항상 점수가 낮았어요.
I was chubby, fat.
예, 좀 저 통통하다 못해 뚱뚱하기까지 했었고.
And I went to a school with a lot of white rich people.
그런데 제가 저 백인 아주 부유한 촌에서 학교를 다녔어요.
And my family was poor.
그런데 우리 가족은 가난했습니다.
And my mom was the janitor at the school.
그리고 저희 엄마가 학교에
So I always felt like I was nothing.
I want you to understand the reason why it's not, when you see a video like this, that you can be upset about it, but I want you to understand the pain behind a video like this, because 9 out of 10, that's where it stems from. That's always where it stems from, of pain. So you have to understand that when you are made to feel less than by a group of people, what are the two options? What are typically the two options that people take? One is going to be resentment, right? Now you resent these people, and that leads to hostility towards these individuals or this group. The other is going to want to be a sense of belonging. You're going to want acceptance from this group. You're going to want to be considered one of the good ones. And as you can see by her video, you see the path that she took. So instead of fostering resentment towards these racists, what she decided to do is, well, how do I, make them like me? How do I, get adulation from them? How do I get praise from them? How do I become one of the good ones? And, the rest is history. She's married, of course, to a non-black person, a non-black, anti-black person. Because listen, if she was married to a non-black a man, and that man was pro-black or was an ally to black people, he would not, I want you to understand this, he would not allow her to make a fool of herself. He would not allow her to disparage her own people. He wouldn't allow that to happen. So that's why I say she's married to a non-black, anti-black individual. Because even if it was a black man would not allow her to do that, right? Would not allow that to happen unless he himself was anti-black, unless he himself was a Sambo tap dancing buffoon. Okay, so I want you to understand and make that distinction. That is what happens when it comes to the Republican Party, that they prey on people like this. They prey on your ignorance of self. And upon you getting that knowledge, because that knowledge most of the time is hidden in books. That's what I realized, because they don't teach you this at school. They don't teach you about reparations. They don't teach you about who was a slave owner of the presidents. They don't teach you about the actual history, the details. And that's where the devil is. The devil is in the details, and they omit that. In many cases, they try to whitewash it, where you have in Texas, as I said, where they're talking about, well, black people were immigrants. So there has to be some due diligence on your behalf to truly know about you and where you come from, to truly know that, hey, that's not what they're, that's not the truth, where they want as far as to belittle you, right? To say, hey, you haven't done anything, you're nothing but slaves and all this, and that's not the truth. So once you start to know more about who you are and the contributions that FBA have made in this country to make it where it is today, then they can't tell you anything. They can't tell you a lie. They can't say, hey, Black History Month is racist. They can't say, oh, look about black supremacy. This is what's going on. They can't say that because you know where that history comes from. You know where black history is rooted in. You know where, as far as the concept of them having you on display, when they had black women on display because they were figured in such a way. You know where that stems from, these racist stereotypes, whether it's watermelon, whatever it is, you know where it stems from. So they can't make you feel inferior. They can't make you feel less than. And this is something I said in the previous videos, because they know that we're not. So when we come across people like this, I would have to argue that we have to go the Dr. Umar route, that we have to embrace them with love. Because when you, as far as malign them and call them, what they rightfully are, the tap dancing and buffoonery, and you call them out for the anti-black hatred, what that does is validate their bias. Because they feel, hey, black people hate me, white people are good, and they, they're the ones that are helping me and I'm one of the good ones. And so what it does, when they see that venom in the comments or something like that, they now validate, well, see, that proves that I'm one of the good ones. That proves that they hate me because I'm, better, right? So it reinforces their delusion. And that's what you don't want to do. And, if you don't want to say something kind and say, I wish you well, sister. I hope you get some help. I hope you get some help, because she's clearly suffering from an insecurity there. She's suffering from a void that is blatantly present. And I'm not saying that's the case for all of these, Sambos. I'm not saying that, because in many cases it's not. In some cases, for Candace Owens, she doesn't have that void. She's just simply doing it because, white Republicans were the easiest proxy for her to get, any type of attention and fame. That's the reason why she does it. Where other people, it could just be, they were brainwashed at an early age. You have, what's his name? David Lucas, where he stems, right? There was no brainwashing going on from white people. It was all his parents, right? His mother, his uncle, who were the tap dancing house Negroes who now instilled that mentality onto him to where now he is where he is. So there's a wide variety of why they come out this way, but in her case, there's definite pain there, 100% pain there, and that's what Republicans, that's what many of these demons on the right do, is that they exploit that. The same demons on the left who do that, who exploit your history. They exploit our pain, and we get nothing from it. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe Lucas. Actually, I don't. What do you say to this? What's the other alternative? What's the option? Because it's case in point. We see this all the time, right? We see it on the right, where a bunch of delusional men who feel like outcasts in society, and they're taken under the wing of many alt-right, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and whatnot, and they galvanize them, they radicalize them, and they give them a skewed perspective of the world. And the same thing when it comes to many black youth. We see this hell in the entertainment industry. You see it every day. So there really is no refuting what I'm saying, unless you just want to be ignorant, and that's fine, because there's someone who is going to exploit that ignorance to their benefit, to their monetary gain. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree with this video, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days, which are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not we should try to help her or just cast her aside and ostracize her because she's too far gone, okay? Feel free to share and subscribe and that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
So I always felt like I was nothing.